I'm Eden.
And I'm Sal.
Welcome to the Stay Focused podcast, where we talk to business owners about their journeys and how they got started.
They share the best parts and the worst parts of business ownership, offer their business advice, and we get all of their funny mishap stories.
We do this podcast because your story matters, so stay focused.
I think that's why we're so successful, because I started the business because I wanted to solve a problem, not because I was going to make money. I'm passionate about this. I'm just going to keep moving forward. And a lot of people said I was crazy.
If a plane wore pants, what would it be? Hey, Stay Focused. Welcome back. Today we have Patric Alvarez with Neckbreaker Vinyl.
He had so much good insight on wrapping vehicles, something that Sam and I had no clue about. So it was really fun to ask him a million questions, if he's ever wrapped a plane or a bus. He actually has wrapped a bus, but he doesn't recommend doing that. So it was really neat, really fun to hear how he's built his business, and we can't wait for y'all to listen. Okay, so you said you and your wife have now been doing this for 4 years here.
Yeah, full time.
And where did you come before that?
So we were doing freelance work a lot. We actually have some really good friends in New Mexico, the Corbels, and they were training me down there because when I was trying to get a job here, nobody would hire me. I think it was I was going to be their competition eventually. Mm. So it's one of those things. But no, yeah, for full time 4 years, and I was doing it part time in 19. But then when COVID hit, we started full time. Yeah,
that is so cool.
We're at New Mexico.
New Mexico, Roswell.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, but we've been everywhere in New Mexico because they freelance too. So we just kind of jump around. Freelance is fun because they just send you the material and then you're just there, you install it, and you leave, you get paid. Yeah, instead of having to deal with customers.
You're a 1099. Yeah, so freelance is like a 1099, but not.
Exactly.
But you worked for a company?
Yeah, so my company worked for their company.
Oh my goodness. So it was, okay. Right. No, now I get it.
So you had
when you were starting off to get your name out there, your company worked for.
Well, yeah. So like I told you, I was rapping for over a decade. So that was kind of all my training. And so I started full time, but I still work with them off and on.
That's so cool.
We're really good friends.
I'm from Las Vegas. Did you ever do anything there?
No. I would love to though, because they pay really good down there, I'm sure.
Not Nevada.
New
Mexico.
Las Vegas, New Mexico. Yeah.
It's like an hour north of Santa Fe.
No, I've never been there.
Okay, well, you don't want to.
Okay.
I was going to say, there's no way you're talking about the same Las Vegas.
Yeah. But like New Mexico, you probably had some weird ones.
Yeah, well, no, so I never helped them with any weird ones, but they do have weird ones.
They do have weird ones.
Like alien stuff.
Well, I was going to say, especially in Roswell, there's, alien vehicles.
Yeah, they have this huge mural at the airport there of aliens and stuff that they did. Yeah, it has like actual lights and LEDs inside the wrap.
That's cool. Have you watched the show Roswell, New Mexico?
Mm-mm.
Oh, well, it was filmed in Las Vegas. Not Roswell.
Oh, that's weird. I didn't know that.
It's because it's cheaper. And so we had like a giant mural in our downtown that said, "Welcome to Roswell."
That's cool.
But we're not Roswell.
Well, there's a movie place right next to that place I always go to in Roswell. It's called the Rap Studio.
Mm-hmm.
And he builds props for movies all over the place. And he just ships them out, which is really cool. If you ever go in there, there's a bunch of crazy stuff in there.
Just insane things.
Yeah. I think he might have closed down already though. But that's when I was first going over there. It was cool to go look at. Like he made these massive swords and stuff.
I just like to drive through Roswell. I don't really like to stop in that town.
I don't think anybody blames
you.
It's a little scary. But there's people all over the streets. Anyways, that's not why we're here today. There's just a lot of people in that town. They walk everywhere. There's always events downtown.
I've never been there. Maybe once.
Okay, so not any super crazy rap jobs in New Mexico.
No.
Tell me about your craziest rap job you've ever had.
Oh man. It's hard.
Have you ever had a girlfriend come in and she wants to do something to her soon to be ex's car?
Oh my gosh.
A revenge type thing?
No, never had that.
Man.
We've had some.
Or if you did, they didn't tell you.
Yeah, you can tell she's had plans.
Yeah. Well, we've had some really we've seen damage on cars where they've been keyed and we wrapped over it. Yeah, so they'll sand it down. Yeah, so we've seen stuff like that.
Exciting.
Craziest rap. Man, I can't even think about it. I mean, we did some psychedelics. I don't know if you guys know what that is. It's just it's like a silver car and it has a rainbow effect to it in the sun. But yeah, no, we would love to do crazy stuff.
So it's called psychedelic and not chrome.
I'm lying. I'm lying. Oh. Yeah, we did do a GTR. Yeah, we did a GTR and we did it in a custom print on top of like a really pretty metallic green. That came out really good.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, I want that. That's the only car I've ever cared about.
Yeah, it's a good car.
Oh,
It's a good friend of mine, Richards. Yeah.
you even know him?
Yeah.
Well, if he
Okay,
ever
we're
wants
gonna have to
sell
stay
that
in
car,
contact.
she'll take it.
Yeah, it's a nice car.
What's the worst car to wrap? Is it like the big SUVs? Are those like a pain?
It's actually not. So the worst thing to get is a vehicle that's already been wrapped or previously painted, because now you have to deal with all the issues there. And customers don't seem to understand that.
What do you mean by previously painted?
So like if it's been like it has a new paint job on it, so
Okay.
it got in a fender bender or whatever, and they had to
okay.
replace some of it. Issue is that you can only warranty the wrap and what it's sticking on, right? So if the surface that it's sticking on isn't great and it pulls up, then you're responsible for that now. Even if the paint job is crappy, they're still going to blame your wrap for it.
So, like, do you ever sand them down before you wrap them?
We used to when I first started. Now we got out of that. We do nothing but new vehicles now.
Okay.
Yeah.
You would hate my car.
Yeah.
It like got totaled one time and the paint is all peeling off now. Maybe.
And that's the problem. Yeah. Then your wrap's peeling off and then they're blaming you for it. But it's really the paint job.
And so it sounded like that was kind of an annoyance for you to do the sanding down, to do all that stuff. So
Yeah.
what happened how did you switch your structure to be like, nope, only new cars from here on out?
Just raise the prices. People think that
That's
we're
fair.
crazy sometimes, but we're just like, no, we want.
You just don't want to deal with.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, and they're really sweet people. Like it's nothing against them. It's just like my canvas. Like if you're going to paint something, you want a brand new canvas. You don't want to be overlaying on stuff. You know what I mean? And that's just how it is. We want a brand new canvas so that we can show our work. Because at the end of the day, that's your best business card. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what vehicle is not new for you? Like what year model will you not work on?
We try not to go any less than 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah. But we'd like it a lot. 2022, 23. Yeah.
Interesting.
Which we get them a lot.
Should I get my car wrapped?
You should.
But your model isn't.
It's a 23 Camry.
Oh, okay. And you already had it.
No, I'm
repainted?
talking about my other car.
Oh, okay.
I have two, and the other one is a 2009 Mitsubishi, and it looks horrible.
Gotcha.
It was fine until I moved to Texas. I just think Texas hates cars. The weather.
I don't know. Maybe. You said you came from New Mexico, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think the sun's harsher over there, isn't it?
I don't know. It was fine until I moved here.
He's like, look, two can
Don't
play
be
this
calling
game.
me out. All I know is it started peeling when I moved here.
You should get yours wrapped though.
With the creative logo? What
There
if
you go.
it's just like the creative
she
car?
drives better than I do, so I'd be fine for you to get that. I'm too aggressive and I lay on my horn too much.
To represent our company.
Right. It wouldn't be good.
What about Jared? His says his
license
plate says creative, and he zooms around me all the time. Every time we're like driving to work at the same time, like he'll be behind me and we're almost at the office and he's like, and then I'm like, did you notice me? And he's like, nope.
Oh boy.
Maybe we need to cut that out.
Oh my goodness.
So what's your favorite one you've ever done? Do you have any favorites?
Probably my truck. Because
Your truck is really cool.
Yeah, I just really pushed the limit on that one. Well, people love it. Like when I take it to car shows, they're like, "Wow, like we want a neck breaker wrap." Like that's the thing that they call me and they say, "Hey, we want this kind of design," which kind of sucks because I don't want to wrap their stuff like mine. You know what I mean? I like
Do
to
you want to be unique?
Yeah, push the limit every time. But it's
how
fun.
often do you rewrap your own vehicles?
So this is a new truck that I just got. But the last one I did it like 7 times.
Oh wow.
But this one I'll probably do every maybe 2 years, maybe a year and a half. Just depends on whenever I get bored with it and I have time. Because that's the main thing. Sometimes we slow down and I'm like, all right, time to bring in vehicles.
Okay, so if you're custom wrapping a vehicle, one, if someone comes in and they're like, hey, I just want this color, like that one customer you had that wanted a Tiffany blue, you just go order that, right? But if you're wrapping your vehicle and you needed to say things, what is that process?
That's what I was wondering.
So that's one of the things that I learned. Like, so when you're a business owner, you learn a lot of stuff. So I know how to graphic design.
Okay.
And then I also know how to run media, like as far as like printing, laminating, cutting out, all that stuff. It's a huge process. And that's one thing people don't understand. It's not like you can just pull it off the roll. Like you have
Yeah.
to really design it, and then you have to make sure the pixels are correctly, because if not, then it comes out terrible. So it's a big deal. But
So
yeah,
you
no, it's fun.
in-house that, you design it,
Yeah. We own all of our own
print it,
equipment.
do all the things. Wow.
Yeah. And that's one of the main reason people come to us, is because we are there from start to finish. And I think it's a big deal, because everybody outsources things now. So they're like, oh, so-and-so did that. Oh, it's not our fault. But we take the blame for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Mhm.
To take
It's
the
like, oh my
blame
God, all
for.
these gray hairs now. I didn't have these before. Yeah, with the business.
Yeah.
You
I
said
know all about that.
you've been doing this full time for 4 years, and before that, you were doing it for 10 years.
No, so I've been rapping for 10 years, but my business has been open for
Okay.
actually like 5 years. But
So you've been doing this for 10 years.
yeah, over 10 years.
Why did you start in the first place?
So I got a really bad rap job from a local company, which I
Oh,
will not
name
say
them.
their name. No.
Name them.
Are they
actually
still
send
open?
us.
I guarantee
Yeah.
we've never heard of them.
Yeah, probably not.
They actually send stuff to us now, because we're like the custom shop. So it's actually been really good for us.
Oh.
All right. You
But-
can, when this is not rolling, you can tell us.
Yeah, but no, that was the reason, and I think that's why we're so successful, because I started the business because I wanted to solve a problem,
Mm-hmm.
not because I was like gonna make money. I didn't actually even know how much you could make wrapping cars,
Mhm.
but I was like, if I can just give people a place that they can spend their money and know that they're gonna get a good product,
Mm.
that's what I want to do, and that's how we created Neckbreaker.
So what made the rap job bad?
Cutting on my car didn't line up correctly. There was
Oh,
a little
no.
bit of like, because there were stripes and there was like a little bit of a wave to it. And it's just one of those things, like I'm really particular. So I noticed it right away. And they charged me quite a
no.
bit for it too.
And did you say something?
Yeah, well, I was a lot younger then. I was like
I
22,
know,
21.
Yeah, so it's
and
hard.
I was like,
You
yeah,
would now, but it's
Oh, yeah,
hard
definitely.
then. I know.
Exactly. Yeah, but
You seem like a really nice guy too. So I
Thanks.
see you just being like, okay, well,
yeah,
I guess this is my car now.
Exactly.
You walk away
Well-
crying, but like,
Like when you get a bad haircut.
yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. No, it wasn't that bad, but I could definitely tell that it wasn't great.
Oh.
But yeah, no, it was okay.
So you are obviously very particular about your product
Mhm.
and the quality that you put out there. How do you get people on your team that are as particular as you are?
That is a problem that we've ran into several times. So my main installer, PJ, he's been trained from the ground up. And I've never actually trained anybody before. So that was kind of a learning experience for me too. But I would say he's the number 2 installer here in Lubbock. And people don't realize that. I'm number 1, obviously. But he's definitely number 2, because the way I've trained him, he's gotten there a lot faster than I did, just because he's had me mentoring him. But man, he's put in the work for sure. And he's really good. Like, people don't realize how good PJ is. Like, I wish I could have brought him, but he's really good. Yeah. But yeah, no, finding talent is hard, especially in Lubbock. So we kind of have to build it from the ground up.
So do you look for people that like already have experience rapping, or do you look for a certain personality type?
They come with bad habits if they already have installing experience. And they're hard to
Okay.
break. There's one guy that's here that's fairly good. We're actually hoping to get him on our team eventually, but he seems to have all the right stuff, but we just kind of have to fine tune him.
Mm-hmm.
But what was the other question? Sorry, you said if they,
Like, do you look for a certain personality type? Like, do you need someone that's super like perfectionist, or
I don't know that. Probably. That would probably help. Yeah.
So it's you, your wife, PJ.
We had Olivia, but she had to leave. She had to go back to Fort Worth. And yeah, it's just been us. We actually just got Carlos too.
Okay.
He's graphic designing for us. He
Okay,
owns another
cool.
business, but he's subcontracting. Yeah. So that's been really helpful, because that's the hardest part, is designing.
Mm.
If you're ever creating something for somebody, they can be a little picky sometimes. So it's, especially with the full day, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm our designer here.
Ooh.
Yeah. I saw a thing one time that said AI cannot replace graphic designers, because to do that, clients would have to accurately describe what they want.
Exactly. It's a good one. Is that a
It's-
quote?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good quote.
It wasn't me. I wish it was me, but it's true.
Yeah. It's very true.
Man, so you're a one-stop shop. You have 3 employees. Well, kind of 4.
So, like, if let's say I know nothing about cars.
Mhm.
Nothing. I couldn't look at a car and tell you what the manufacturer is.
Yeah.
Could you like train me and show me how to do it, and like that would be good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. I think anybody can be trained, especially if you already know like graphic designing stuff. Are you talking about for an installer or graphic designing?
Like an installer.
Oh, no. I'm just joking.
No.
Yeah, you can be. There's a lot of girls that actually rap. There's one that's pretty famous. But yeah, no, I mean, rapping's not super difficult. It's just, it's a form of art.
Mm.
And so you have to kind of really like, I think at least, because if you're just doing it for the paycheck and you're just going in there to do it, like it's going to come out bad. Anything
Yeah.
you do will,
It seems kind of tedious.
it is.
It's like, I don't even like putting a screen protector on my
Yeah.
iPhone.
Yeah.
And that's way more intense.
Yeah.
That makes me mad.
Yeah.
And so I cannot imagine wrapping a vehicle and all the bubbles.
Like you have to really care
It's a lot
about
of
what you're
anxiety.
doing
Yeah,
Yeah.
really.
because that's tedious.
And then you're
Definitely.
like cutting
Yeah.
out the like where the headlights are.
So would you let me try it?
Well, so like everything that you're saying, it has a double head. It's a double-sided coin. Like if you have somebody that's really good, then you don't have to worry about those things. But if you have somebody that's just brand new, they're using a blade on your car, you know what I mean? It's scary.
That
Oh,
is scary.
Yeah.
So no, don't let me try.
Probably not.
I'd like to watch it though.
Do you put whatever that thing is PPF that Jared has? Do you put that on alt right? Are you impressed?
You
right
know
now?
things.
I don't.
Can you tell me
He
what
had
it
to
is?
Nope. I have no clue. Paint protection film.
Yep.
Do you recommend people taking those through car washes? Will they still get scratched or?
So PPF, and I've worked with it before. Like I said, we always send them to James over there at Tintech, but you can take that stuff through a car wash because it has a self-healing like built into it. So once the sun hits it, it actually levels it back out.
So crazy.
Yeah,
Oh.
it'll do that for a few years and then it kind of starts wearing off.
What about on the wraps that you do?
It does have that, but it's not as potent, I guess.
So you don't recommend stuff?
No, we do it
your
all the time.
cars out? Oh.
Yeah. If you use if you get a matte wrap, it's a lot easier to hide those things because you don't see the scratches. But if you're getting like a paint-like wrap, yeah, you're not gonna want to
How do
take
we
it.
feel about matte wraps?
Oh, we love them.
You love them?
We love them. It's very easy to install them.
Mm.
Yeah, because gloss, like with the screensaver, you can see a little speck of dirt.
Mhm.
Same thing with gloss wrap.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's a lot harder to install. But matte, you go right over. You don't even notice it.
Huh.
So you do the PPF?
We do PPF now, just not the clear stuff.
Hmm.
We do color change.
Color change.
Is
Yeah.
that so? Why would someone do a wrap instead of painting their car?
Just a lot less expensive.
Hmm.
Yeah, for a good
For
paint
a
job.
new paint job, you have to like sand everything down and
Yeah.
start all over.
Exactly. And then I think they're $12,000 or something like that.
I was looking at getting my car painted because it looks horrible, and I looked all over the place, and some people were saying, yeah, that'll be probably like $7,000, and I was like,
a new car.
this car is worth like $1,000 probably. Why would I do that?
Yeah, that's what happens with us too.
wild.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you charge based on, the wrap that you have to buy plus size of vehicle?
Yeah, it kind of depends. Commercial wrap's a little bit different. We go by square footage. Color change is more of just like what I determine it's gonna like cost us to do it. How many man hours really? How long am I gonna be taking off my project to do this vehicle? So we try to actually stay away from color change now, and just do
Tell me what
commercial.
color changes, just like changing the color
Yeah,
of your
exactly.
vehicle. Okay.
Yeah. So whatever color it is now, we change it to something else.
Okay. And
Yeah.
so you don't want to do those.
It's not that I don't want to do them. It's just that people don't want to pay for those. Like, so my thing is, and it's kind of that whole money thing. I don't look at business as far as like normal sign business would charge you for whatever their man hours, right? And we
Mhm.
do that too, but it's also what product can I put out with that vehicle?
Mm.
So is it going to take me an extra 16 hours? Well, if it is, then I'm going to charge that because I want it to come out perfect. So sometimes my customers are like, wow, that's really expensive. I'm like, yeah, but do you want it to come out perfect? Because if not, it's okay. You can go to one of the other shops, but I'm going to make
like
sure
it.
it comes out really good.
Mhm.
Yeah. So it's just one of those things. It's really me. How much time am I going to have to put into it?
I like
Gotcha.
that. That's the best marketing.
Yeah. It probably wasn't like, probably people hear that and they'll say, wow, he's kind of,
That's how you choose to run your business.
Yeah. Well, you don't want to do anything halfway.
yeah. And that's the thing. It's true. You don't want to do that half thing. But yeah, that's what we do. I mean, if it's going to take me that long, then I'm going to charge for it because it's going to come out perfect. Yeah.
So, okay, that would be a whole vehicle replacement. I see what you're saying on that now.
Yeah.
What's the ideal job? Just like a side of a vehicle, or
it's a black car.
Okay.
And they want it matte black or satin black.
Okay.
Because it's so easy. Because anytime you're wrapping a black car, the edges that you don't cover look like shadows. Like if you're wrapping a yellow car and you're trying to turn it black, you're going to see a lot more imperfections because you have to go a lot deeper, right, to cover up all the yellow. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's just one of those things. You want black. Black cars are the ideal cars. So anytime we get a black car, we're like, yes.
Not my white shiny.
No, unless it's going white again.
No.
Like matte white, that would be pretty easy.
So is that why you never got a car wrap? You said you were going to one time and then you didn't.
See, no, it's really because I'm an aggressive driver. That's the only reason.
That's so funny. I drive like a grandma.
I know. So you could get, it's a good thing.
What do you mean you know?
You drive the speed limit.
Yeah. I drive safely.
Yeah. I drive safely too. I just don't like how other people drive. And if I had the company logo on my car.
So if you were like behind me, would you be mad?
No.
Okay.
It's just some people like, you know, turn into your lane that they're not supposed to. Anyways, that's the whole reason. Like I would not, because I really have. I'm telling you, I've thought about it for a really long time.
It's one of the best ways to market your business.
I know, but also like one of the
if you're not driving, if you're driving crazy.
Look,
yeah, some of our clients get like bad reviews on Google just because someone saw their company car do something.
Really?
Yes.
We haven't had that.
You can't erase those, so it's like
yeah.
Yeah, we had a bad review. It was like our first year into it. We're not exactly sure still what happened, but whoever wrote it took it down.
Well, that's good.
But yeah, he called us and he was very upset that we had told him that we were going to get something done for him. And I was like, oh, I've never talked to you. I don't know who you've talked to, because back in the day, it was just me. And he was like, yeah, I called you a month ago and this is what you said you're going to do for me. I'm like, no. I said, but we can help you for sure. And then he started cussing at me and just going crazy. And I was just like, sorry.
Like,
hung up. He wrote me a bad review.
Okay, I've done that before.
Oh.
I did that once.
Cuss someone out?
No, I didn't. No. Well, did he sound like this? Because no, like I feel so bad about this still to this day. I was emailing so many different bakeries for my wedding cake, and I was emailing back and forth with this one bakery, and they didn't have their bakery name in their email. It was just like some person's name. And so I thought I was emailing a different bakery. I walked into their shop and I was like, hey, I had been emailing about this thing. And she was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And then I showed her the emails and she was like, okay, we can do that. And so I completely abandoned the other bakery that I was talking to. They like gave me a quote and everything. And then they called me and I was like, I'm so sorry. I got it from somewhere else.
That was a less climactic story than that one.
Okay, fine. I cussed him out.
But
my fault.
A few years later, he took it down, which was awesome because then we jumped up to 5 stars.
Good.
Yeah. So we're not exactly sure what happened, but
that is weird.
Maybe he realized that he did the same thing I did, because I was so
Maybe.
confused at first. I was like, what do you mean? I was emailing with you. And she was like, no. And I was like, where's the owner?
So how many cars do you get in a week?
We're a smaller shop, so we'll probably do 3 or 4 projects a week.
That's still, I mean, that's still a lot. I feel.
I'd love to have more though, for sure. Commercial stuff.
Okay, commercial stuff. So just because you get to wrap like 1 million vehicles or what?
Yeah, they're a lot faster. Yeah. And when you're wrapping a company vehicle, they're not as picky as if you're wrapping somebody's personal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you drop any of your clients that you've done that we would know here in Lubbock?
Like commercial?
Like commercial,
yeah. So we did some stuff for Office Wise. We did some stuff for Armstrong Mechanical. We've done some stuff for they're going to be mad at me for forgetting them. They're like, you should have shouted us out. LBK Roofing.
Okay.
I love their logo. I see that every time.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
Yeah. A bunch of people. Sorry if I'm forgetting your guy's name. But yeah, no, we've been blessed. I know there's one more that's like really big and I should remember it, but Office Wise, I don't know. Sorry, but one of them. Yeah.
So I want to go back to when you first decided to start a business. You had been rapping for a long time. Was it always in the plan for you to start your own business?
No.
So what got you started in that?
What was the bad experience that I had with the other shop, and then also wanting to just make a shop for somebody else to, use a high-end shop, I would call it.
Yeah.
I wasn't high-end at first, but we've definitely gotten there now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like a big decision. Like you could go find someone who, I don't know, you go to a different town, or you could find someone who does it better. Like, what pushed you finally to become a business owner? Or do you think that it was like kind of ignorant bliss that you were like, I can do this?
No, I just wanted to do it. I knew I've always been like very, what would I call it? Very
just entrepreneur.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. But I've always had like a lot of grit. Like anything that I want to do, I'm going to do it no matter what. So when I was going to wrap cars, I was like, I'm passionate about this. I'm just going to keep moving forward. And a lot of people said I was crazy. My dad really was you're crazy. Aww. But now he loves it. He thinks it's really cool.
I mean, it makes sense because I'm coming at this as someone who is not a business owner and who doesn't ever want to be. And after being on this podcast for so long, I see why I don't want to be. And so because it's hard. Yeah. And so it's good that you knew that you would be committed and you knew you had the grit for it. Yeah.
It's easy when you have passion for what you're doing, because that passion is going to carry you through it, because there's a lot of hard days. We're only in our 5th year now, and we've had some rough days, where I wanted to quit, but that passion gets you through it. You just get up the next day and you say, oh, well, let's try to fix this fire or whatever's happening at the time. And that's how you get through it.
So what has been the hardest thing?
The slow seasons, because I guess at first you think, oh man, it's just going to keep rocking and rolling. And then all of a sudden everybody stops calling you for a second because they're still getting their budgets together, or they're done spending for that year. And now you have to, what we've done is actually maintenance. So we'll start working on our stuff. We'll start working on our vehicles, on the shop, making sure it's really clean so that when the fast season comes up, we can start, moving faster. Yeah. So we get our procedures in line. Yeah. But that's the hardest part, is the slow seasons, because they just kind of come out of nowhere sometimes. And then you're like, oh, we're not getting paid this month.
Yeah, that's rough. Yeah. Let us know when that happens and we'll get you some clients.
Yeah.
Tell me about your name. Not your actual
Patric?
Name.
Yeah.
Your company
It's a crazy name.
That's wild. There's a really big story behind that name.
Can I tell you my theory about the name?
Okay.
I think it's someone's breaking their neck to see the car go by.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Really?
Yeah, that's neck breaker. Yeah, so that name came from
what?
Me and my buddy Ignacio. We were trying to join a car club. This is way back in the day, probably 22. And they already had too many Mustangs and Camaros is what we had. So they're like, no, we don't need you guys. Yeah. So we kind of were perturbed. So as we were leaving, we were I told him, I said, don't worry about it. We're not going to turn heads. We're going to break necks. And then that just kind of, I was already rapping. Yeah. So it's Neck Breaker Vinyl Company.
That's such a good story.
Yeah.
Wrapped up in a little bow.
Why vinyl? Because coming from someone who I would never go search vinyl wrap, because I don't know. Yeah. I would just go search on Google wrapping a vehicle. Yeah. So I guess if then your business is still booming and it's fine. But do you think just limiting it to vinyl, does that hurt you in any way?
I think it probably did at first. Okay. But now we've gotten the word of mouth.
Because it's a vinyl wrap.
Exactly. But we were also going to do other vinyls, so heat transferred vinyl. Yeah, I mean, I had a vision in my head at first when I started, but then it really morphed into just specializing in vehicle wraps. But yeah, no, I mean, I think it did probably hurt us at first, but now people have already picked.
What is the other kind of wraps you can do that people like wouldn't specifically say vinyl wrap?
I don't know, honestly.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
we've been mistaken for vinyl flooring and vinyl siding and stuff like that a couple times. To like, I need to get my house redone. I'm like,
you're like, great.
Cool.
You won't wrap their house?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
this is just a question that I just thought of. Do not judge me for it. What goes on airplanes? Is it vinyl wraps?
Yeah, but it's really heavily regulated. Like you can't put certain things on there because it changes the weight of the plane.
Interesting.
Yeah, so they're really particular.
So they probably don't let just random people. Okay. That'd be cool though, right?
But I am
Would you
Avery
ever
certified and
Okay.
XPEL certified. So I'm not a random.
No, that's
I'm just joking. I'm just
not
joking.
random.
Yeah.
But would you ever want to wrap?
No, probably
Okay.
not. Because we wrap like buses, like really big buses. And man, those are a pain.
Yeah.
Because like they have rivets, they have like windows, sills, and they're not ever taken care of well. So, I mean, I'm sure airplane is probably maintenance a lot better. But no, it's massive. I don't even know how you would do it, honestly.
Me either.
Yeah. I know people have done helicopters, but they're kind of the same thing
Because
too.
it's like pieced together too.
Yeah.
So I feel like you have to do it section by section. And then the plane's fully put together.
I know.
I don't know.
Do you,
I bet
but
you
do you
there's a
go
YouTube video.
horizontally or do you go like around it? You know what I mean?
If
Like,
a
how do you
plane wore pants,
do that? What?
would it be would it be this way or this way? You guys don't know that meme? No one? I'm alone.
Oof.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Never mind. The
It's
other
'cause-
Gen Zers in the office would get it.
Probably. That's also concerning. Well, okay, so you don't like doing big buses and things like that, which is fair.
Yeah, we just don't have the team for it. It's only 2 people wrapping.
Yeah.
And then usually I'm designing.
Mm.
So it's
That's
kinda
actually really impressive. You're doing 4 or 5 a week with 2 of you.
Yeah.
Wow.
No. That's like when people call us and they're upset because we're taking too long to get to them. I'm like, man, we got a small team here, but we're really good at what we do. So people want to continue to use us. But like we did a fleet job out in Midland and they had 27 belly dumps that we had to do. And that was rough.
What is that?
What's a belly dump?
Belly dump. So they transfer any kind of material really, but these guys were doing sand. So they take sand from one spot and take it to wherever they're fracking or drilling oil.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what they do.
You
So
just were
supposedly it's really-
wrapping it for that company?
Yeah.
Oh.
And it was really hard because it had sand all over it.
Oh.
Yeah, no, so that was rough.
Do you require them to come in like clean then at this point? After
Yeah.
that job, you probably do.
Well, we've always had that, but the problem is whenever you're trying to organize something like that, somebody always messes up somewhere. So they were coming in wet because they had just washed them when we got there, but there were so many of them that we were just like, we're already here. Like, let's just start. And that was one of the things.
Wow.
Yeah, it kind of sucked.
How many were there?
There was 27.
Wow.
Yeah.
I guess I wasn't listening. Sorry.
Yeah.
So what's something that you will never compromise on in business?
Quality. There's been times where, and I know every business owner is like this, but like you have to kind of drop your standards sometimes, right? Because it's hard to get a perfect product. You have to do a great product because you have to make it repeatable. Because you'll drive yourself crazy trying to do perfect all the time. So you have to like something that you can repeat over and over again that your customers and that you're happy with. Because honestly, when I first started rapping, this may sound funny, but some of the raps used to keep me up at night because I'm like, did I cut that right? Did I heat that right? Did I do this right? Because I was always like trying to build the name to be something special.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of hard. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot to start the question.
No, I think that was
a
good.
great answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
And resonates well with us. And I'll tell you, after 14 years owning a company, which I've only been in it for 4 years, but Jared could also say like, no, he's still up at night for certain things. You just are. That's your name attached to it. So
Exactly.
I get it.
I mean, I am too sometimes, and it's not even my company.
Well, it showcases the level of passion and quality of work and just the care that you have for these people. They're your clients. Like,
Yeah.
I know at the end of the day, it's just a social media page and it's just a vehicle, but still, like, that's not how y'all choose to think about it.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
not just a social media page.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What do you think has been your biggest learning experience? Like any big mishaps or something that kind of changed the way you do things?
It kind of goes back to that compromising question. Is like I used to bend more for people, and I've learned that it's not a good idea to do that because they always want more, or they always like their expectations weren't realistic. So you have to like set like clear expectations. Like this is how it is. This is what it's going to look like, and that's how you get a good repeatable product. Because that's hard. Like you're trying to make somebody else's vision come alive, and it's not really possible. So you have to say, hey, I know you want to do this. I know it would look great, but it's not in the cards, for whatever reason. If you come out with that first, it always comes out to be a better experience at the end of it. But yeah, you have to just kind of put your foot down and say, hey, we're just not that shop. We can't do that for you. Or maybe this guy's going to do better for you, because you don't want to overpromise yourself, I guess. I don't know if that makes sense.
Under promise, over deliver.
Yeah, that's what we try to do. But you also don't want to lie to your customer. You know what I mean? Even if they have these grand schemes that they want to make their vehicle look like this, you have to say, hey, realistically, it's probably not going to look like that because it's bad paint or whatever the case may be. Yeah.
Whenever I get my dream vehicle, I'll come bring it into you.
What's your dream car again?
A G-Wagon, which y'all bashed a little bit in
Oh,
your
yeah.
YouTube
Sorry
video.
about that.
What is that?
Sorry about that. It's okay. I don't have one yet, so it didn't hurt my feelings.
What is that?
Also, I'll show her later. It's
Okay.
fine.
Thanks.
There was one of your guys, I guess it was probably PJ, was like
PJ.
bashing the Cybertruck.
Yeah, he
Jared
was.
was in line to get one of those. And our girls are like, do not pick us up from that in school ever.
Oh.
I
And
would quit,
we
just so you know.
oh my gosh. We did back out, honestly, so Jared's not getting one anytime soon. But I think that'd be fun to wrap because they're all the same right now.
Yeah.
Besides that one police vehicle in
What?
California. That's the only one that's like,
Aren't they like banned in a bunch of places because
They're
they're
not
so
banned.
not safe?
what?
Not here.
No, not anywhere.
I heard that.
I don't know where you heard that from. She heard it from a Tesla hater, I guess.
I don't hate Teslas.
I didn't say you did.
Yeah.
Anyways, that'd be fun.
Mhm.
That would be so fun because they are decently hideous. I mean, I'll be the first to admit it. But
Yeah.
you could make it cool. You can make it look
Definitely.
like a shark. You can make it look like all kinds of
It
Yeah.
already does.
They've been wrapping quite a bit of them though.
Someone bring him a Cybertruck.
Yeah.
Who has one in
It's
Lubbock?
okay.
There's only like 2 people in Lubbock that have
Is
one.
it like easier or harder, do you think,
To
to wrap a
wrap
Cybertruck?
Oh, it'd be super easy. Yeah.
It
Flat
seems
panels.
like it,
It's like
'cause-
wrapping a refrigerator. Yeah. It'd be super easy. There's no door handles on it either. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah.
Have you ever wrapped a refrigerator?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm not.
Aw,
No.
you get me. I can't tell when you're joking.
No, we've never wrapped a refrigerator. But we've made a video. Somebody was wrapping refrigerators and stoves and stuff like that in pink gloss.
No.
I mean,
Why?
I guess- I have no idea.
Just for fun?
They're crazy for sure.
Interesting. I kind of want that.
No, yeah, I mean, it could be. I mean, if you have a really nice kitchen and you want to match all the cabinets and all the appliances, you could do it. It would look really good.
Would you ever?
Yeah, sure.
Probably just for you. Don't let that get out to the public. Like, he's now wrapping fridges and stoves.
Yeah.
Washing machines. That's wild.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Would you, if you could go back to when you first started the business,
Mhm.
do you think you would do anything differently?
No,
Hmm.
no. I've liked the way we've grown slowly. So we've made our mistakes, but we've been able to catch ourselves. I think what happens with some people, they grow too fast and they can't catch it. But no, I mean, we've been doing really good. I feel like we're blessed, and maybe the vinyl company thing. Maybe I would put Wrap Shop. But other than that,
You could SEO it these days now, though, to write 1 million blog posts and then you put in Wrap Shop on Google for idiots like me and you'll pop up. So we can fix that for you too if you want.
well, yeah, we've been actually. I think when you
Shameless
Google
plug.
Wrap Shop in Lubbock, I think we're besides the sponsored people, because people, obviously are above me, but I think we're 2 or 3 maybe.
You've got to be up
Also-
there. You're the only one I've ever heard of.
Also, it'll just tell you that because it knows where you work, by the way.
Okay.
So let
Check it out.
me Google it and see
Yeah.
if it's really.
Well,
a
we've
thing.
been talking about it this whole time. What's your best joke?
Best joke? Oh, I don't know. It's probably one that my kid told me or something like that. But I don't know it off the top of my head. What's your best joke? Actually, we didn't even ask you, what's your dream car?
Did you not just hear her say she doesn't know anything about cars?
GTR is the only one
There you
I know
So
about
that's
that
her
I
car.
love. Like,
Okay.
that's the only car that I've ever said, wow, that is gorgeous.
It's a good looking car.
What is
But
that?
I think I might have my dream car right now, actually.
What is it? You said it was a Cadillac,
23
right?
Camry,
Oh, Camry.
which is like so basic, but I've
Toyotas
never
last
had-
forever.
You're number 2.
Yeah.
Oh, unsponsored.
No, they're sponsored.
Unsponsored. I know.
No, they're number 1.
What? No, they're not.
Yeah,
That's Tint Tech.
This is sponsored.
Oh, they're number 1.
It's funny because we saw
Good
Tintec.
job.
Tintec has never been above us like that, but it's cool because they just send all their stuff to us anyways. So yeah, we don't even have to sponsor. They're just gonna send it
So
to us.
you're the first and the second one then.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, James over there, he's a good friend of mine. But they have wrap on there, but it's more of a PPF wrap, so the clear wrap versus our stuff, which is vinyl.
A lot of these people really like to put their Teslas on there in giant trucks. Oh, have you ever had to do a big semi truck thing, whatever those
Just
are called?
decals and stuff. Not
Ugh,
actually, no, I did wrap a full semi.
did you?
I guess that's the craziest one I've ever done.
Was that miserable?
Yeah, it was an old Bud Light
I mean,
truck.
That's pretty much an airplane.
It's pretty much it.
And they fly and everything.
I would say that's huge.
So what advice would you give to someone who might be thinking about starting their own business?
Man, that's a hard question because there's a lot of information out there right now on business, and a lot of it's bad and a lot of it's good. But when I was starting, I guess what I've learned, the 3 things is customer service is one. You have to have covers. Well, as far as like a service-based business, customer service.
Mhm.
Your product has to be great, not perfect, but just great. And then customer experience. And I think a lot of people get those confused, customer service and customer experience.
Mhm.
But customer service is going to be when they're in front of you,
Mm.
right? But customer experience is whenever they first like email you, and all the way to the end when you check up on them at the end, like, hey, how was the wrap? We love it, blah, blah, blah. That's where you kind of step up your game, I guess, right? Because most shops don't do that. They're like, oh, I'm so glad that car's out of here. It's wrapped. I don't have to look at it again. But I'm like, hey, how was it? Can you write us a review? So that they know that we care about them.
Hmm.
Yeah. So that's a customer experience.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's what I've learned, those 3 things. And you'll have a great business. Obviously, pricing too, though. You can't underprice yourself. A lot of people do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It sets you above, though. I like that.
Do you have any book recommendations?
Ooh. The Atomic Habit was pretty good. I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that one.
Tell me a little bit about it.
So that one is where small differences that you make throughout the day or to your schedule can lead to bigger things, right? So putting your shoes in front of the door or getting your gym bag ready, putting it in the back of your car. You're going to go to the gym if you have your gym bag already, right? You have less excuses. So those little bitty habits can get you over the finish line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll link the book.
Yeah, it's a cool book.
Do you have any more questions?
I don't. This was really good.
Awesome.
You gave me a lot of good insight and information on someone who knows nothing about
Cool.
vehicles.
I'm glad.
And you're number 1 in Lubbock.
I was kind of nervous to do this, honestly. This is my first podcast, so yeah.
Well, you got to
Thank you,
come
guys. It
back
made
on.
it really easy for me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad we made it easy. Sometimes we don't make things easy on
No.
people. So.
Yeah, I didn't think I was making this one that easy.
No, you're fine.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, now's the time for you to plug yourself, look at that camera over there,
Okay.
and tell everyone how to find you and why they would find you.
Okay. So my name's Patric Alvarez. I'm the owner of Neckbreaker Vinyl Company. We specialize in vehicle wraps here in Lubbock, Texas. We're Avery certified and Expel certified. And we'd love to help you guys out with your commercial or your personal vehicle, even though I said I wasn't doing color change. We'd still love to help you guys. But yeah, you can find us on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
That's awesome.
Stay focused. Have you ever wrapped a smart car?
So we did it for a guy. He took it to SEMA, and it was actually lifted up with mud tires and stuff like that. Yeah, it was really cool.
That's hilarious. A lifted smart car. Like, how does it?
So many questions.
Yeah, I can't wait to see this.
Thanks for watching this episode of the Stay Focused podcast.
You can find more episodes wherever you listen to podcasts.
Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and if you want more bonus content, you can join our Patreon.
Remember that your story matters, so stay focused.